The President prodded bankers today to make more small business loans. Our guest today is one of the administration officials charged with trying to fix the situation. Karen Mills runs the United States Small Business Administration. The SBA is the nation's largest single financial backer of small business. The SBA was created in the 1950s when most banks did not like to lend to small business. The thinking was if you could provide the bank a guarantee in order to make the loan, you could spur credit in amounts large and small for American entrepreneurs. Today, SBA provides direct and guaranteed loans, technical help and training, government contracting programs, and even disaster assistance. Karen Mills, who holds an economics degree and MBA from Harvard, was a venture capitalist and business manager before she came to Washington from Maine earlier this year to join the Obama administration. She ran 2 successful capital ventures, investing in and guiding a range of businesses and serving as a management consultant. In Maine, she also served on the Governor's Council on Competitiveness and the Economy. Her challenge today is to help millions of small businesses get back on solid ground. So we welcome hearing today from the head of the Small Business Administration to hear about the jobs, the economy, and the outlook for small businesses. Please help me welcome to the National Press Club Small Business Administrator Karen Mills.
Well, thank you very much, Donna. Thank you for that introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a great honor to be here. Donna said, I'm from Maine, and first I want to take the opportunity to help thank the chef at the Press Club here for this Maine-oriented lunch. I understand we had Maine sea scallops, so thank you. I know that many of you recognize that Maine is the home to many small businesses. And in fact, this weekend I was home and I was walking down Main Street, which we spell with an E. And I saw many of the people who really are the reason why I come to work every day. And they are the force that is behind the American economy. So I'm walking down Main Street, and I was looking at Henry and Marty's restaurant. Henry and Marty retired 3 years ago, and they were able to sell their restaurant to their employees and continue the tradition of great scallops and lobster and Maine food on Main Street because of an SBA loan. And then I went by Penobscot Bay Porch Swings. And this is an entrepreneur who was the school nurse at the elementary school. And she had a historical design for an authentic Maine porch swing. And right now, she makes those in Brunswick, Maine, and she exports them all over the country and all over the world. So on Main Street, you can really feel the pulse of small business community. And even in tough times like this, it's easy to see how small businesses are the engine of our economy. So here are the facts. Half the people who work in this country own or work for a small business. And 64% of the jobs that were created in the private sector over the last 15 years came from small businesses. It's our entrepreneurs, it's the small business owners that are also going to be able to drive America's ability to innovate and stay competitive across the globe. You know, this week is an anniversary for me. A year ago, this week, the President asked me to come and serve at the Small Business Administration. It was a tough time a year ago. We had just had a meltdown in the financial markets. We had a freeze in credit in both conventional and in SBA loans. But the new administration and Congress got behind small business because we knew that they would be an essential part of the recovery. So today, I want to talk about the progress that we're making in helping small business put the brakes on recession And I want to describe how we're going to continue to build small businesses and create jobs in 2010. At the SBA, our mission is to help small businesses start and grow. We do this in three main areas: access to capital, opportunities in federal contracting, and developing entrepreneurs, or more simply, the three C's: capital, contracting, counseling. The first C is capital. As you might know, small businesses rely on access to bank credit much more than big businesses. At the SBA, you may not be aware, but we have a portfolio of over $90 billion in loans and loan guarantees. These are helping businesses get the credit they need to grow and create jobs. And we do this by partnering with over 5,000 banks, credit unions, and other institutions. A year ago, credit had frozen. With the Recovery Act, we needed to get this credit flowing again. So we made two temporary changes to our major program, the 7A and the 504 program. First, we reduced or eliminated our loan fees so that we could let small businesses keep more of that money and put it to work in their businesses. Second, we increased the guarantee on 7A loans to 90%, and that helped banks be more likely to lend. That formula worked. Our average weekly loan volume increased more than 80% from the weeks before the Recovery Act. And as of now, in the past few months, we are back up to higher loan levels than in 2007 and in 2008. Here's the headline. We leveraged $375 million in stimulus funds into more than $16 billion in the hands of lending to America's small business. Not only is that a good return on investment for taxpayers, but it's $16 billion in the hands of the people who know exactly how to put that money to work. In addition, we brought more than 1,200 lenders who had not made an SBA loan since October when the credit markets froze until the Recovery Act. We brought 1,200 lenders back to SBA lending. And our goal in 2010 is to keep adding to this because we want to focus on having more points of access for small business to come and be able to get SBA loans. The impact of this is very real for people like Mike Norton, who's sitting up here. You can wave, Mike. And Katie Quick is here, too, his partner in the business. Come on, wave up. They own a company called Team Critical Care in Maryland, and it runs the ambulances that serve the local hospitals. I asked them before, did they ever drive the ambulance? I think they did at the beginning of the business. They started their business 3 years ago. Everything was fine until they had a conventional line of credit, and it was unexpectedly called in. So in June, they had to go find a new lender, and that lender helped get them an SBA loan for $300,000. Now they saved $8,000 from reduced fees, and they've hired 18 more employees. So Mike told us that this loan literally saved their business. Yeah. So thank you for being here. Thank you for coming, Mike and Katie, and also for the work that you do to save lives every day. We can't stop there. We have progress with our access to capital, but now we're working on small businesses benefiting from Recovery Act contracts, the second C. At the SBA, we help ensure that small businesses get access to 23% of all federal contracts. Now, I describe this as a win-win because contracts are like oxygen. They're the revenue that small businesses need to grow their business and create more jobs. And especially at this time when revenues are tight, Recovery Act contracts are even more helpful. And this is good also for the taxpayers, because the federal government gets access to some of the most nimble and innovative small companies, sometimes with even a direct line to the CEO. In August, the Vice President asked Commerce Secretary Gary Locke and me to make sure that federal contracts were heading to small businesses, especially those owned by women, minorities, and veterans.